What's up, Cosorians? I'm Chef Margaret, and today I'll be making buffalo chicken dip bites made in the air fryer. They're crispy and crunchy on the outside, spicy and creamy on the inside, and the perfect snack to make when you have guests over. Hit the subscribe button to become part of the Cosori community. And if you'd like to be notified every time we upload a new recipe video, hit the bell icon. I've got all my ingredients prepped out and ready to go, so let's jump into making this recipe. The first thing that we're gonna do is preheat the air fryer to 380 degrees. So I'm just gonna preheat, change the time to 380, and get it starting. So the first thing that we're gonna do for the food is I'm gonna shred the chicken. So I've got one fully cooked rotisserie chicken that I'm gonna shred into this bowl. And so using a rotisserie chicken from the store, it just makes your life so much easier, and it makes my life so much easier, so that's why I have it in the recipe. If you happen to have like leftover chicken from the night before that you wanna use up, go ahead and use that as well. But we just wanna shred it into pretty fine pieces. We don't want too big of chunks. That way, you know, when we're shaping it into the balls, it'll, you know, stay intact and form. And there's so many different methods out there on how to shred chicken. My favorite is just to use my hands and, you know, go at it. But some people use forks. I've seen some people use hand mixers, and like that's how they shred it. So you can use your favorite method for shredding the chicken. So I've got all my chicken shredded in this bowl, and now we're just gonna continue adding the rest of ingredients in here. So I've got 1.5 cups of cheddar cheese shredded. That goes right in. 4 ounces of cream cheese that's softened, just like that. We've got a 1/3 cup of hot sauce. Frank's Red Hot Sauce is a great one to use. We've got 2 tablespoons of buttermilk. Like this. We've got 2 teaspoons of dried dill and 2 teaspoons of dried parsley. And then I've got 1 teaspoon each of onion powder. Pop that in. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper for a bit of heat, more heat with the hot sauce. 1 teaspoon of black pepper, and 1 teaspoon of salt. And that is it. Now we're just gonna give this a really good mix. I like to first get in there with a spatula or wooden spoon, try and get everything combined. Having the cream cheese at room temperature helps everything incorporate much more easily than if it was cold. But sometimes, you know, your best tools are your hands, so I'll often just get in there with my hands and make sure everything is really well combined and incorporated. So we're gonna roll these into 2-inch diameter balls. You can use your hands. Sometimes I'll use a little cookie scooper, which helps make everything more uniform. And yeah, we just roll. And then I have a little baking sheet lined with wax paper so that they don't stick, and super easy to store it in the refrigerator until you're ready to continue on with the recipe. So I've got all of my balls rolled out and ready to bread. So I've got my little breading station here. I've got 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour, 3 eggs that have been beaten, and 1.5 cups of panko breadcrumbs. So we're first going to dip each one into the flour mixture and get everything coated. And you wanna shake any excess flour off. And then we're gonna dip it into the egg, roll it around, get it all coated. Perfect, and then into the panko. And you wanna get a pretty good coating on the panko. I love panko breadcrumbs. It helps get these, and whatever you're making, super crispy. And we're gonna cook them in the air fryer and they're gonna get super crispy and crunchy and golden on the outside while the interior stays, you know, creamy on the inside, and they're just gonna be so delicious. All of my balls are breaded and ready to air fry. So I'm going to, my air fryer is preheated to 380, and I'm just going to take each one and spray it with some oil spray. I'm using avocado oil spray. You can use any neutral flavored oil. And these are perfect. We're not going to deep fry these, which you may traditionally see. These are gonna be air fried, so they're using so much less fat and a little bit healthier for you. Perfect. Yeah, and just a little bit spray. You wanna try and get it on all sides so that they get golden and crispy on all sides while cooking. And I'm gonna fit about 9 to 12 of these, and we'll do 2 batches because we don't want to overcrowd the air fryer, otherwise they may not brown evenly. Now I'm gonna pop the basket in, and these are gonna cook at 380 for 10 minutes. Perfect. Now we're gonna make our blue cheese dip while our buffalo chicken dip bites are air frying, and it's great to make this while they're cooking just to maximize your time. And so it couldn't be easier to make. We just dump all of the ingredients in a bowl and stir it, and it's ready to go. So we've got 1 cup of blue cheese crumbles. Perfect, just dump it all in there. We've got a 1/2 cup of sour cream and a 1/3 cup of mayo, a 1/4 cup of buttermilk, perfect, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of chives that I chopped up, and then some salt and pepper. Super easy and simple. And this is another great dip that you can make ahead of time and just keep it in the refrigerator, and it's ready to go. And these are gonna complement the buffalo chicken dip bites. You know, this is like a cool, tangy dip. It's gonna pair perfectly with our buffalo chicken dip bites that are spicy and creamy. It's gonna cut the heat from it. So this is perfect. It's ready to go and looks great. I'm just gonna store it in the refrigerator until we're ready to serve. Our buffalo chicken dip bites are done, and let's check them out and see how they look. Oh, they look perfect. Oh my gosh. Do you see how golden and crispy and delicious they look? I can still hear them sizzling. They're gonna be so delicious. So I'm just gonna air fry the second batch that I have in the fridge, and then we're ready to plate and start eating. Now it's time to plate our buffalo chicken dip bites. So I've already got a couple plated here, and I've got some nice, fresh, colorful vegetables that I've also plated. It just brightens up the dish and also adds some really nice color to it as well. So I'm just going to pop a couple more of these on the plate here and fill it up. They look amazing and delicious and golden brown. Can't wait to try them. I'll fit one more. And then I've also got some sliced green onions that I'm just gonna sprinkle on top right here, just for some extra green and color and brightness. Beautiful. And then I've also put my blue cheese dip in a pretty bowl so that guests can just help themselves if they want to dip the vegetables in it. The blue cheese dip pairs perfectly with all of these vegetables. I've got some radish, some snap peas, cherry tomatoes, celery, and carrots. So it looks so beautiful, and I'm sure when you serve this to your guests, they'll all be super impressed. Now it's time to taste, which is my favorite part. So I'm gonna dip one of these in the blue cheese dip. Take a bite. Oh, these are so good. These are so good. They're crispy and crunchy on the outside, and the air fryer really helps to achieve that crispy texture without using a lot of oil. And they're creamy and they've got a really good kick to them, thanks to the hot sauce and the cayenne pepper. And they just complement each other so beautifully, especially with the blue cheese dip that really just cools it down and is so nice and tangy. I'm sure if you serve these to any of your guests, they will be sure to love them. They're perfect for game day parties out there. This is the perfect snack or appetizer to make for those, or for any parties that you have. And I want to know, what's your favorite snack to make when you have guests over? Leave a comment below and let us know. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.